ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Witch Talk. My name is Audrey, and welcome to our segment, Cup of the Crone. I'm sorry, my brain died there for a second, but it's back. I am the Crone, and this is my cup. I have a red thing going on today. It's because today's Friday. Friday, as you know, is Venus's day. It's the day of love. Red is one of her colors, and, you know, also it kind of sports my shirt. I had a really incredible friend make me this, and I just really enjoy it. My nerdiness enjoys. I'm sleeping with a Dungeon Master shirt. So, so first I would like to start off with Talker's Happy Mabon, Merry Mabon. As you know, Mabon is the second of the harvest season, and also it is the autumn equinox. So blessed be on this glorious, glorious Sabbath. And then we will be digging into that with that episode that's going to drop later tonight. Then I'm going to turn around and be able to, I'm going to drop a blog this weekend, so check that out on www.witchtalk.com or witchtalk713.com. So there's that. Thank you guys for being so patient as I'm trying to get settled in the new house and settled in Texas. Y'all been absolutely amazing and supportive. Thank you so much. So now we're going to get right down to it. Today's episode is actually going to be about a different pantheon than we've talked about. But it is one of the major pantheons. It's actually going to talk about the Egyptian pantheon and the god Anubis. And give me a second as I grab him. Anubis. The god Anubis. He looks so fierce. The god Anubis is actually depicted as a black canine, as you can see. He is the god of the, he's the god of the dead. He's the god of mummification. He is the god of the afterlife. He is the patron of lost souls and helplessness. He is one of the oldest gods in the Egyptian pantheon. And he's also protector of the dead. You will see this a lot in Egyptian archaeology, where you will see him painted on the walls when it comes to the dead. You'll see it where he is in hieroglyphics. You will see where he is on tombs of pharaohs or people as protection from grave robbers and like any evil entities. If you read the Book of the Dead, it actually goes over what his exactly role is. You can see this as he is a guide to the dead as they go through their journey to go through all 7 or 9 gates of the Egyptian afterlife. And he is there waiting at the end to, as you get through all those gates, he's waiting at the end to judge your heart to see it's heavier or lighter than an ostrich feather. And imagine standing before this god and getting judged like that. He's kind of ferocious. And if it's heavier, then you go to a Met where you will be devoured. Kind of like their version of hell. But if it's lighter than ostrich feather, you will ascend into paradise. Anubis, for me, he came to me through my dreams, and he kept coming to me through my dreams. And the thing is like I was fascinated with Egyptology when I was a kid. I even have this old book and if you realize it's really torn up, it's like this is some damage. And I really loved this book, and I just kept reading it, kept going over it, and I just love this old Egypt book. And fascinated with the culture and the way life was, the stories that came along with it, from Cleopatra to the pharaohs of old. And when he started knocking on my dreams, that's when I started really buying and researching and thinking about exactly what Anubis is. Anubis has to do with Scorpio. He has to do with the dead. He has to do, well, he is one of the gods that I was actually born under, which is something that I can say is actually quite fascinating to me. He is... Working with Anubis, for me, is... I have great respect for Anubis. Incredible respect, which you have to anytime you work with the gods in general. But Anubis came to me in a very gentler way than I would have assumed. He came in through my dreams. He was very communicative with me. He, anytime I had issues with magic, the astral realm, things along those lines, because he does cover all of those, I will ask him to guide me. Anytime a family member dies or a friend of mine dies, I will ask Anubis and Hades to work together to guide the soul and to take them to the afterlife, and protect them. Some of the other things that Anubis goes through or reigns under is, of course, the afterlife, astral realm, death, and funeral rites. So if you have someone who is dying and you're afraid that drama might break out or something might be going astray, you can petition Anubis to watch over the funeral rites. I've done that actually recently. Divination, guardianship, honesty, justice, magic. In a general sense and also a solar. The otherworld, underworld, protection of the dead, security, truth. And the more you work with him, the keener your eye will be, because you'll start to realize working in the Anubis is a lot of fun for me. I like to be honest, because I get a deeper understanding of what he enjoys. Of course, he likes dead things. Of course, he likes things of the magical realm and divinations and all the lines, but also he has a great appreciation for chivalry, for truth. And that's one of the ways I honor him on my daily basis, is that I try to be as honest as possible. And I ask him to help me be a better person when it comes to my personality, because as a Scorpio, Scorpios can be a little bit deceitful and manipulative, and those are the things that I kind of shy away from. So I really ask Anubis to help embrace those parts of my personality, which are honest, true, fighting for justice, freedom fighter, things along those lines, to help me become a better person, help me become a better teacher, and to help me be able to teach others and guide others, as he's guiding me through this life, which I find absolutely incredible. I have not gotten to know the fierce side of Anubis. Anubis is incredibly fierce. He is very feared. Whether there's wars break down in Egypt, he was Horus's right-hand man. He literally was his second in command. So definitely was his commander on the field and his general. So I haven't seen that fierceness side of Anubis, but I definitely know it's there. And that's something, me personally, I can respect. So if you're going to work with Anubis, make sure you're very firm in who you are. Make sure you're very firm in who you are, and also be very honest with this God and what you want. So meditate before you call on him. Really think about what you want and what you need and how he can help you. If you're petitioning on behalf of someone else who passed away or who might pass away. Light a candle on him, and light a candle, ask for him to guide them and be there for them during their passing away. I've done it recently, and he, as you guys might have known, my grandfather passed away probably about less than a week ago, and I asked Anubis to guide him and let him pass on as gently as possible, and that's exactly what happened. Animals that are sacred to it: antelopes, dogs, of course, jackals, solar system, Mercury. He is very much big on communication, so communicate with him. And his zodiac is Scorpio. So just to let you guys know ahead of time, if you're a Scorpio, Anubis is definitely someone that you want in your corner, because you have a natural inclination to him, because you were technically, just like Hades, you were born under his stars, you were born under his planet, you were born under his shadow. So you definitely have a lot of natural ability to that. Also, when it goes into Anubis, you also have a natural sensitivity to death. You have a natural sensitivity to spirits. So if you're working on necromancy or communication with the other side, Anubis is definitely someone that you want to call to help you guide through that. I think that's all I got on Anubis. I'm sorry guys, these are not more detailed, because I'm going to actually be doing a series after I get in with Anubis. We're going to go over each pantheon, and we're going to go over who was all in the pantheon, what's their spew, how was it set up, and a little bit of history. And I really don't want to get into that on top of it going into here. So thank you guys for being super understanding about that, because I am really because after this episode and turning around on Monday, we're going to start with the Greek and Roman pantheon, and then we're going to work our way around, which is going to be going from Egyptology. It's going to go to Egyptology, it's going to go to the Celtic, it's going to go to the Norse, it's going to, we're going to be working on, I might even get into the Chinese and the Aztecian too. So we will think about it. We will think about it. And also what I'm going to do is go over how you would choose a patron. Choose a patron, or a patron would choose you. So just keep an eye on that. I might go ahead and do that episode first, so when we're going through all these, y'all be able to be fully aware of what to look for, and if something like sets in your heart, then you'll be able to know. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Thank you so much for being a part of Cup of the Crone, and Witch Talk in general. So merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again, my loves.